whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood.
Midsommar was my favorite horror film to come out in the year 2019, and I appreciated what it managed to do with the simple premise Ari Aster gave. A bunch of teens go to Sweden and encounter cult-like activity and things go awry. Premises similar to that have been used for decades within the horror genre, but the direction in the film and incredible performance by Florence Pugh elevates the story to a height that it probably wouldn't have had if the actual production value wasn't so incredible. If you've seen any cult horror films before watching Midsommar, you probably would have noticed some of the similarities to other movies in the same genre. A few nights ago, I revisited the original 1973 horror film The Wicker Man, and man oh man, does Ari Aster take a lot from that movie. My name is Tyler Wall, and today I'll be explaining to you how Ari Aster takes elements from The Wicker Man and puts it into his own movie, but does it in a way that is not seen as cinematic theft, but a new reinvention of old scenes and ideas. Spoilers ahead for both The Wicker Man and Midsommar. I could ramble on in this video about how both films have sacrificial rituals, but a whole lot of movies have those. I could also nitpick and say that each of the pagan rituals revolve around May Day or the month of May as a whole. But again, that's not a topic exclusive to these movies alone. Instead, I'll compare specific scenes and ideas that are represented in both films. Number 1. Both films have scenes with the maypole. Although in each movie the importance and lore behind the maypole differ, the visual resemblance is hard to miss. In The Wicker Man, you can see a group of young boys dancing around the maypole in unusual ways and chanting eerie remarks. In Midsommar, the maypole is a medium in which the May Queen is crowned. The women in the village dance around the pole until one is left standing and crowned May Queen. That lucky woman being Danny in the movie, of course. This is a great example of Aster taking something from a movie and putting enough of his own spin on it to make it feel like it's its own thing. Instead of directly ripping a scene exactly how it was represented in The Wicker Man, he takes the visual and puts a different idea behind it. Number 2, the use of naked women is abundant in both of these movies. The Wicker Man definitely features more nudity, but Midsommar is definitely not lacking it by any means. To say that the naked people in Midsommar is a direct correlation with The Wicker Man would be foolish, but what the nudity represents shows a clear connection between the two films. These people are naked on the ground and naked out in public because they feel connected with nature in both films. In Midsommar, the main reason for nudity is seduction, but nature is still a big part of that. While in Wicker Man, the naked women jump over the fire in hopes that they'll become fertile without the act of sex, the naked woman in Midsommar seduced Christian into becoming the fertility the cult needs. Either way, the nudity represents the concept of birth, fertility, and nature in both films. And number 3. This is the most obvious and criticized one, and it's the ending. The end of The Wicker Man shows a large wooden structure burned down holding livestock and Sergeant Howie captive inside. Midsommar also showcases a burning wooden structure, but instead has 5 sacrifices, one being Danny's boyfriend Christian. While the visuals are so unbelievably similar that one may mistake this as a direct copy, the message behind the two buildings burning are wildly different. The Wicker Man's burning structure represents the absurdity of pagan culture and the naive nature of the main character Howie. Midsommar focuses on Danny's emotions. She chooses Christian to be sacrificed in that structure. This message is not about the cult, and it's not about Christian either. It's all about Danny. It shows that Danny has found a new home and has found people that will understand and empathize with her emotions, something that Christian failed to do for years within the relationship. Ari Aster has described Midsommar as a breakup movie, and when looking at the ending in this way, I totally agree. Those are some of the similarities I noticed when rewatching The Wicker Man. Let me know down in the comments, did you see any glaring similarities that I missed? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back next week. Have a great day everyone, and stay safe. Peace.